crime free. In Jamaica and we're Jamaican for economy. No more breeder lasting. Revelation set. Eat what we grow. Grow what we eat. It is good for our economy. And the brand new dark out the street. When we say, eat what we grow. Grow what we eat. It's good for our economy. And the brand new dark out the street. Let me put on me Jamaican pot. Jamaican, Irish, Jamaican carrot. Pumpkin cassava and yellow yam. It makes the athlete them fit and strong. Everybody eat locally. They tell me that I'm in nursing locally. Tell the police and the soldier eat locally. And me pants and me shirt make locally. Everybody when me say.
It's time for Agrobuzz, our weekly feature here in Sunnyside on RGR 94 FM. And the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries is reminding all fisherfolk, traders and the public at large that the Conch Close season is still in effect. And any breaches of the close season order will be severely penalized in accordance with the Fisheries Act 2018 by way of Ministerial Order. The Minister of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries declared a close season for Queen Conch for the period March 1, 2019 to January 31, 2020. And this week on Agrobuzz, we hear from the Director of the Marine Branch of the National Fisheries Authority, Stephen Smikle, about the closure of the conch season, penalties for being in possession of conch, and the general concerns of the authority. Good morning. How are you, Stephen?
I am great. Good morning to you too and to your listeners.
Okay, we are happy that you've taken the time to chat with us this morning and explain how this whole thing works. First, I was surprised that it's closed and not closed season, but it is formally the closed season. And then I was also surprised at the length, March 1 to January 31. Why so long?
Oh, it's necessary in order to protect and to conserve the stock in order to ensure its sustainability. In fact, it has been closed for a bit longer than that. It has been closed since August 1st in 2018.
So how so, or how do you know that what the numbers of the stock are, and therefore how long you think you need to close it for?
Well, we do a survey. Well, let me back up a bit. Conch, Queen Conch, it is a marine mollusk. I think a lot of people are familiar with it. But it is also regulated by international trade because it's an endangered species. And as such, whenever we fish for conch for export, we have to show that whatever we're exporting is not detrimental. It will not cause any negative consequences to the sustainability of Queen Conch.
So we always have an idea of what the numbers are and therefore the percentage of fishing that can happen.
So every 3 years, we do a survey on a fishing ground, which is on the Pedro Bank. So we do underwater dives, and we do like a sample survey, and we count, and we do an estimation for what the numbers are on the Pedro Bank.
Okay, so what about conch along our own shores? Are we allowed to get those?
Unfortunately, no. Once it's closed both on the Pedro Bank and on the island shelf.
Okay. But have people been observing the season and not fishing conch?
Well, most of the commercial fishers have, but we still find persons who whether through illegal means or just out of ignorance, still continue to fish for it.
What are the penalties for breaching the closed season order?
Well, for anyone who catches, lands or sells any product, whether it's conch or any other fishery product, the penalty, is $3 million, or up to $3 million, I should say.
$3 million?
$3 million in a parish court.
Wow. You mentioned the Pedro Banks. Are there other places, though, that conch is usually fished in Jamaica?
Well, the commercial fishery, that is the largest scale fishery, is on the Pedro Bank. That is the only area allowed for the commercial fishery. However, for smaller scale fisheries, such as for the regular consumer or for the shells, this happens on the island shelf, sometimes on the north coast, northwest. Or
when you said the shelves, you mean the coastal shelves?
When I said the shell, the conch shell. You know
the shell
yes.
itself.
Yes. It's used as an ornamental. Sometimes you'll drive by and you'll see these polishers on the side of the road.
Pretty and pink, and we think, oh, nice.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh boy. What happens during the close season for the conch? What is the cycle that we are allowing to happen?
Well, during the close season, as I said earlier, persons are not allowed to sell. It should not be offered in the restaurants. And as consumers, they should try not to order it as a meal. The persons who may have conch in their possession, we ask them to declare the quantities. They can call into the authority to find out how they make such a declaration. And we may, depending on what you're asking for, allow you to keep it in storage until the end of the close season.
Okay, and from the side of the conch, I was actually asking, when we leave them alone for this extended period, what's going on?
Well, we're allowing them to rejuvenate. We're allowing them to repopulate.
And how long does that take for the average conch?
Well, it actually takes 3 years from spawning, that is from having a juvenile conch, to a mature conch.
Wow. 3 whole years. Now I understand why we want the season to be closed for that extended period.
Yeah.
Whew. So we should be pretty much just staying away from conch until January, is it?
Well, until January 1st, but in early January, we make another decision whether or not we need to close it for another extended period. Because we do have to allow the stock to recover. Our last survey in November 2018, showed that the stocks were really severely depleted, beyond what we expected it to be. And that is the reason why we have had this long extension of the close season.
This prolonged season.
Right.
Well, we understand why we need to have it. We understand what is supposed to happen and not supposed to happen, and the penalties if we do not follow the rules of the close season. And we want to thank you for sharing that information with us this morning, sir.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
All right. Have a great day. There we have it. Director of the Marine Branch of the National Fisheries Authority, Stephen Smikle, telling us more about the closure of the conch season and the penalties for breaching the close season order and what happens during that season, both for the conch and what's supposed to happen in our lives as we navigate the season. Remember to support our farmers by continuing to eat what they grow as they grow what we eat. And for information on what's happening in the agricultural and agro-industry sector, please visit the ministry's website at www.micaf.gov.jm. Follow them on Twitter, check them out on Facebook, and join us next week for another in the series Agrobuzz.
No more breed the last thing. Revelation set. Eat what we grow.